in this question, we have to do 4 different things. The first thing we have to do is make a table to show the number of squares in the first 4 figures. So that's easy. The figure numbers are the inputs. So figure 1 is input 1, figure 2 is input 2, figure 3, figure 4. The output is the number of squares in each figure. So figure 1 has 3 squares. Figure 2 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. Figure 3 has 7 squares. And figure 4 has 9 squares. Alright, so we've done part A. Next, it says write a pattern rule that relates the figure number to the number of squares. So basically it's write a pattern rule that relates the input to the output. Well, first of all, we're going to have to figure out what our input-output machine is. And after we figure that out, then we can write our pattern rule. So when we do this, take a look at your output numbers. Your output numbers are increasing by 2 each time. So that's a hint. If it's increasing by 2, then maybe the first operation is times 2. And then you put in your first input and your first output. And then run them through the machine. So 1 times 2 is 2. And to change a 2 into a 3, we'll have to add 1. Let's double check with the second input. 2 times 2 is 4. And 4 plus 1 is 5. And then check, does it match? Yes, it does. Alright, so we have found our machine. So let's write down in a sentence what that means. So the pattern rule is multiply the input by 2, then add 1. Part C, write an expression to represent this pattern. Well, to write an expression, we can look in our machine and or we can look at the pattern rule. Either way, it tells us what to do. Multiply the input by 2 is written like this. Well, 2 times I. I represents the different inputs. And then we add 1. Then add 1. So there's the expression, 2I plus 1. And then find the number of squares in the 9th figure. What strategy did you use? Well, personally, I don't like to just extend the chart because that's too easy. I want to do it the more difficult way and also the more useful way. I'm going to use the expression. So 2I is the expression, 2I plus 1. Instead of I, put in a 9 for the 9th figure, the 9th input number. So 2 times 9 plus 1. Now we do the math. 2 times 9 is 18, and 18 plus 1 is 19. So there will be 19 squares in the 9th figure.